Welcome back to Week 8 of Pick'em. We're going to take a look at the college and professional ranks now. First game on the schedule, homecoming for Ferris State. They're coming off a tough loss last week on the road against Findlay, a game I don't think a lot of people expected them to lose. They've got Northern Michigan, a team 3-3 coming into this game. Should be a match of two pretty equal opponents. Brandon, do you think that having this in a homecoming setting for Ferris helps them and gives them an advantage this week?
Absolutely, it gives them an advantage. They have the home crowd on their side, and they're going to want to make up for what happened last week in Findlay. I think you're going to see a good offensive showing from Ferris, and they're going to pull it out by at least 2 scores.
Yeah, what a surprise last week. I thought Ferris is a much better team than it indicated last week. Bob, do you expect a hangover, though? Is that a possibility against a team like Northern Michigan?
Absolutely, I think that is a possibility. But I think having the homecoming festivities and having all that alumni coming back, I think that gets them over the hump and gets everything back on track. I see Ferris winning this game probably by at least 2 touchdowns, if not 3, especially if their offense gets going.
Yeah, I agree. I think that having a homecoming setting, Division II, I think it actually makes a little bit more of a difference than it would in the Division I program. Ferris State has a lot of pride, and I think that this is a team that expects big things out of this season. They're not ready to cash things in because of a couple early losses. I think Ferris wins by a couple touchdowns. Now, this is the game that everybody's going to be talking about this week. Obviously, Michigan at Michigan State. Both teams coming into this game ranked. What more is there to say other than state bragging rights are on the line? Both teams, doing things well. Both teams do the same things well. They both stop the run and have been able to run the football this year. Brandon, who holds an advantage in this game and why?
I think the Spartans hold an advantage right now over Michigan. They've won the last 3 years. They're coming off a week where they didn't have to play. They had a whole week to prepare. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for them. And you got Michigan coming in, who's ranked really high, but we still haven't really seen who Michigan is yet. So State by at least 2 scores.
All right, Bob, what do you think as far as things to look for? What does...
Oh, no, keep going. I was telling him good job.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead, pick it up. 3, 2, 1.
Bob, what are some of the things that we have to look at? Because I think Brandon hit the nail on the head that we haven't really seen what this Michigan team is capable of against the top flight defense, some of the top tier teams in the conference. What does Michigan have to do well to win this game?
They have to stop the run. 38 of the last 41 winners of this game had the rushing advantage. Michigan State is very, very good against the run. I'm not sold on Michigan's defense in stopping the run, and if Michigan wants any chance to win this game, they have to stop the run because that's what Michigan State's bread and butter. I don't think they get it done. I see Michigan State actually winning this one quite comfortably.
I think the difference in this game is going to be Denard Robinson's ability to throw the ball. He can't turn the ball over like he has the last few weeks. He's thrown 3 interceptions on a couple of occasions. If he limits his turnovers to 1 or less, I think Michigan wins this game. However, I don't think he'll do that. I think Michigan State wins, but it's going to be tight. Final game of the week, taking a look at the undefeated Lions, still pretty much in disbelief saying that at this point in the year. But you've got San Francisco coming to town, a team with only 1 loss, kind of a surprise team this year with Jim Harbaugh as coach. Brandon, is this a week that you catch Detroit sleeping and maybe coming off the high of winning a Monday night game and maybe being tripped up this week?
I think you could catch Detroit sleeping, and I don't think it really matters because they're going to find a way to win. That's what Detroit has done. They've fallen behind. They've played horribly in one half or another half, but they found ways to win. They're a better football team than what a lot of people gave them credit for, myself included, at the beginning of the year. They found ways to win. They have great arsenal on the offense with Stafford and Johnson and Burleson and Pettigrew. On defense, it is called the Silver Bullet Band with the defensive front. So I see Detroit pulling it out by at least 2 touchdowns.
Bob, what do you think about a team like San Francisco coming into town? What should Detroit expect from them, and who do you got in this one?
San Francisco has the ability right now to mix the run and pass. Frank Gore has been doing really well. Alex Smith is having a career year right now. And for Detroit, the Lions have to stop them I mean, obviously on defense, but they got to make San Francisco one-dimensional. Make them either go all run or go all pass. And if they do that, I think they win. I think the Lions do win this game, but I think it's going to be like a field goal. I think it comes down to the last second, maybe a Hansen field goal to determine the winner.
I agree. I think Detroit's going to lose at some point. I just don't think it's this week. I think that they are just finding a way to win. They're going to do it at least one more week. Detroit moves to 6-0. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Pick'em. As always, make sure to visit www.bigrapidsnews.com or check out Monday's edition of The Pioneer for results from these games.